Hello everybody, my name is Bacon and I build stupid stuff in Subnautica. Now today's video is definitely going to fit that bill, since we're going to be building the largest, probably, base in Subnautica using 1000 large rooms. Now first, let's go over how this is going to work. Now when you place down two of these right next to each other, they connect, and so, lo and behold, a base. Now I'm going to take these and build a 10 by 10 by 10 grid, so that by the time it's filled out, we're going to have a base consisting of 1000 base pieces. Now each floor will of course be connected horizontally, and then at the end we will also build a ladder that goes down the middle to connect the whole thing vertically. Is it going to be difficult? Yup. Is it going to challenge my sanity? Yup. Are we still doing it? Most definitely. So, let's just dive right into it. Now, I began by building what is essentially going to be the square grid of 10 by 10 bases that we could then build upon. Now, my plan is to use console commands to help me get around stuff, but as you will see at the start of this video, it is also possible to do this just by jumping. It's just a lot more painful because you will slip off half the time, and also going up a floor is going to be quite challenging. Now, it didn't take me too long to build the actual square, and at this point, you know, I was being surprisingly optimistic. I mean, it didn't look like that much work, famous last words, but I essentially started filling it out. You know, having already collected a ton of experience in building absurdly long bases, this just felt like another Tuesday. So before long, I had the first floor done. Now this is 100 base pieces, and it kind of gives you an idea about the floor plan of this thing, but we're gonna go a lot higher, of course. And so the second floor started. Here, if you're curious, I'm kind of showing you how you can actually do this without console commands. With the big room, you can jump on the corner and then face your back to it, which allows you to sort of clip into one of its corners and then make your way up. Again, if you are going to attempt anything like this, it might be a lot easier to do it underwater, but I just wanted the final result to look a bit more cool by being all above water. Anyways, I pressed on building the second floor. I found that the fastest way to build is to essentially do 2 rows at a time, just kind of always jumping on the higher level. And something you might slowly start to see creeping in is the lag every time I build a new base piece. Now this is going to become a massive problem as always, so this is just a little taste to start. Now with the second floor complete, we're 20% done, and I was still fairly optimistic. I'm building this in Subnautica 2.0, which has done a pretty good job addressing the lag issue. So I was hoping we were going to be able to get through the majority of it before the game started, crapping the bed. Anyways, the building continued. I'm going to skip you through some of the boring parts. We got 3 floors done, then we got 4 floors done. At this point, you can already see the game chugging a little bit, and we're not even halfway there, which did start worrying me, but, we pressed on. I finished the 5th floor, and this is a pretty good point to give you an idea of what half of the base looks like. It's weird because when I look at it from up above, it doesn't look that big, but I just know building it, it felt like it took forever as the lag continued to increase. Here, as I'm building the 6th floor, you can already see it creeping in. I mean, now it's taking like a solid 5 seconds at least for each base piece to be built, and this would continuously get worse and worse with every single placement, which was definitely extending the time that this was going to take. After a while, I had 7 floors done. We were nearing in on the target, but the grind continued. Here you can see the absolute struggle of me finishing the 8th floor, and just the incredible amount of lag that this was taking. The lag also goes for deconstructing things, by the way, so every time I accidentally placed the base a little off grid or didn't snap correctly, it would be another, painful nightmare to have to delete it. Now, at this point, 9 levels in, I was probably getting like a solid 15 FPS on average in the game. It was going real bad. And just to give you an idea, I think the first floors only probably took around, 8-ish minutes a floor to build. But by the time I got to these, it was taking like 25 to 30 minutes to build one floor, just because my computer was really struggling after every single building. Now, I'm gonna skip you through the horror nightmare. I finished the 10th floor, having used all 1000 base pieces. My game was running basically like a PowerPoint presentation at this point, but we were not done, because remember, the floors were only connected horizontally. I still needed something to connect them vertically. Now to do this, I went pretty much right into the middle, and I started building down the ladder. Yes, this also lagged like crazy, and yes, my game crashed twice while trying to do this. But eventually, after failing to get into the base like 12 times because of the insane lag, here we were in what is probably the world's largest and dumbest Subnautica base, consisting of 1,000 larger rooms. So why don't you enjoy a few cinematic shots of this base, and then I'll tell you how many resources it would cost you in survival to try and build this thing. Now in Subnautica, to build a large room, you need 2 plasteel ingots. And for each plasteel ingot, you need a titanium ingot, which means 10 titanium, and 2 bits of lithium. So for the entire thing, you would need 4,000 lithium pieces, 20,020 pieces of titanium, that's also counting for the hatch and the ladder, and 1 quartz. Now if that sounds like something you want to undertake in survival, please go right ahead. I respectfully will not be doing that. But anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, maybe consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. All of those would be very much appreciated. With that, I'm gonna wish you all a beautiful rest of today, and I'll see you in whatever next video I make. Bye bye.